something new. Yes, on the Breakfast Show we have special guest time. Yes, the third book in as many weeks. Yes, Alan Croghan, how are you and welcome.
I'm grand, Willie. How are you?
I'm very well. It's great to have you on the show. Thanks for taking the time out.
Not at all. Not at all. It's a pleasure.
That's
you know, and it's good to talk to you. You know.
Mighty stuff. As I say, it's something that's really taken off on the Breakfast Show. The book reviews and books, chatting about books. This is the third one in 3 weeks.
All right. Yeah.
So fair play. People are into their books, which is lovely to hear, isn't it?
Well, you know, a Jesuit priest once said to me when I asked him the question, I said, "What's your idea of hell?" He says, "A room with no books."
Right.
You know, so it's good. It's good to see that the people are reading books. You know, and you know, because you know that's where you learn.
That's it. Know? A book without a room with no books has no knowledge, as to say.
Yeah, that's true. Do you know what I mean? And you know, it's you know, I've always read. You know, and I think when you get stuck into a good book, you know,
that's
you know, you can't go. You learn so much. You know,
you do, yeah. And when you read it as well, it forms a picture and it stays with you in your mind.
That's true. Yeah.
But you've been quite busy yourself. You have, I think you've got more than one book yourself, have you? Or have you got?
No, I wrote my autobiography, and it was initially called Disorganized Crime, and that was published by Penguin. And it was for the first year, it was out as Disorganized Crime, and then when it was re-released in paperback format, they changed the name to World Child.
Oh, right.
And
because I was familiar with the two covers.
Yeah, they just changed it from when it came out first for the first year, it came out as Disorganized Crime in hardback, and then for the second year, when they re-released it, it came out as World Child.
Right. It's a book I'm really looking forward to reading, because I think there's a lot of a true story, as you say, but a lot of personal research gone into it the hard way, maybe, perhaps.
Yeah, but it's a very honest book, you know, and you know, a lot of people have said to me, you know, and there's some of the stuff that's in the book I would have took to the grave with me, you know, but you know, for me personally, it was most certainly the most therapeutic thing I ever did in my life. You know, was writing down, you know, everything. You know, and
it was a load lifted to have it.
Oh, without a shadow of a doubt. You know, and I believe if you want to tell a real story, well then, you know,
and
you do it right.
People don't realise it's their self they're helping most of all, maybe, by telling, you know.
Yeah, you know, you write about all your demons, you know, like, that's in the back of your head. You know, not all the nonsensical stuff that's in the forefront of your mind, you know. You know, the deep and dark stuff, you know, that you never wanted another soul to know, do you know what I mean? Like, I ventured into that area, you know, but there's also some very funny parts in it as well, about the audacious crimes that I got up to and all that kind of stuff, and you know.
Right, yeah, I do remember one interview you did on the Late Late Show. That was quite entertaining. Wild Child, it was a good choice.
It was a good name, yeah, definitely. You know, but
yeah, but you have a background of journalism as well, haven't you? And it's screenwriting and all, script writing.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm doing at the moment. I'm actually writing. I just finished writing a screenplay, and I sent three copies of it. One, so I had three actors in mind. One was Tom Hardy, and then my brother, who who's a well-established producer and scriptwriter, he got me the contact details of Tom Hardy, Liam Neeson, and Daniel Day-Lewis. So I sent a copy of the script to them, and then I sent off another 23 copies of the script, 7 across the water to the UK, and the remaining copies to producers and production companies in the US.
Right.
You know, yeah, it's a period. It's a period film set in Kerry in Ireland in 1834. You know, it's about a traveller who, his name is Meader, and Meader in old Celtic terms means Lord of the Underworld. So that's the name of the film.
Right.
And he has to travel from Kerry to the Ox Mountains of Sligo to get a clan leader by the name of Flandre. And Flandre in all Celtic terms means red warrior. So he has a big dirty mop of red hair and a filthy scar going down the side of his face, this clan leader. And he personifies evil, whereas Meader kind of sees himself as Michael the Archangel on earth. So that has the whole spiritual overtone. But he has to travel from Kerry on foot right through all the counties of Ireland to get to the Ox Mountains of Sligo to take on this clan leader who has raped his sister at the Puck Fair when they had a meeting at the Puck Fair in Kerry.
Right.
And he raped, so an awful lot happens, Charlemagne. And
yeah, you're after painting a picture there already that's intriguing, and it's something you'd look forward to.
Yeah, there's some very interesting characters in it now, I have to say, you know, like Meader's best mate is he's called Stallion. I have Tom Hardy in mind for that, John. I mean, he's an expert bow and arrow, with the bow and arrow, and he's an alcoholic, and he's just completely mental. Like, he talks to animals and everything, you know, like, and, you know, so, for me to keep him under control, you know.
You've taught about everything.
Yeah, you know.
Fair play. That's I look forward to that. Hopefully.
Yeah, I also have it written as a book, you know. So I'm on the 8th draft of it on the book. So it'll probably be published before it comes out as a film. So
right.
Which I hope to get. Yeah.
That might find its place in the Kerry Writers' Week, perhaps in Listowel. It sounds like a place where it would fit in with the folklore and the local history.
Yeah, well, the amount of research that I put into was massive, you know, and I learned so much about from that period. Yeah. You know, like the jail sentences that people got for the silliest of crimes, you know, for robbing a few potatoes. You know what I mean? Like, they'd get something like 2 years in prison and all that kind of stuff. Like,
right.
It was just insane. And how much hatred that the clans and the Brits had towards members of the travelling community. You know, right. At that time, it was just amazing, you know. So Meader was kind of looked upon as, you know, the saviour of the travellers in Ireland, and his father taught him how to fight, and all the other travellers how to survive, and how to combat and all that kind of stuff.
Right.
So he's a very wise old man, you know what I mean? Like, people go to him for his voice, all this kind of stuff. Go to Meader's father for his voice, what have you. And of course, Meader's best friends were the Jesuit priest, and who counseled him and all that kind of stuff, you know. But so it's interesting, you know. So, and of course, Meader finds a love interest in it as well, you know, like, and all that kind of, you know. But
right, just to even out the books, as they say, even out the story.
And that's it, yeah. And he hates the Brits with a passion, you know.
Right.
You know, and then you know, just the on the run rebel sects, like the Flash Girls and the Yoke Boys and the Steely Boys and all that kind of stuff. You know what I mean? And they all respect me, that, you know, that kind of way, like. And,
right. So he's he's kind of Braveheart before there was a Braveheart.
Yeah, well, it's kind of like, but he's kind of Meader kind of does things on his own, you know, because he's well capable of looking after himself. But kind of have Liam Neeson kind of I'm looking at Liam Neeson to play the part as me. That
Right, I'm with you.
He fits the bill,
Perfect. He'll do the job. Yeah, you've appeared yourself on television, haven't you, recently?
I've done a documentary there with Donald McIntyre, in relation to juvenile crime and all that kind of stuff, and I was involved with various football clubs with lads that were kind of like 15, 16 and 17, and I just wanted to show them a different side to that not all kids, not all teenagers are involved in drinking and criminality and that kind of stuff.
Right, yeah.
So I brought them to very different areas around Dublin of football teams that I knew, like up Binglis and Coolock and stuff like that, and I introduced them to the young lads that were playing football and stuff like that, and who turn up for training. And
it's nice to highlight that as well, isn't it? Not to be all negative.
Yeah, well, it was, when I was up with the young lads up at Finglas, and I seen one young lad. He was fabulous at the player, and they're very skillful, but because he didn't turn up for training, the manager kind of sacked him. And I seen him with these three guys, and I knew these three guys, and I knew they were kind of, going down the road of criminality, that kind of way.
Right.
And the young lad that plays football, I actually liked him because he was a good old kid, And I went to the football manager and I said, what are you doing? He says, oh no, he thinks he can't turn up for training and just turns up on, match day. And I said, that's who he's with. I said, get him back in. I said, get him away from them. I said, he's going to end up going down the wrong road. I said, I thought the whole idea of organising football teams for teenagers was to keep them away from the liquor crime and give them something else to do. I said, I said, stacking him from the football team. I said, now he's falling into the wrong crowd who were all drinking and that and the other. I said, before you know it, I said, he'd be in with that crew. The following week, the uncle was back in the team,
Well, fair play to you for that, for speaking up.
And I had to, I had to, you know what I mean? And,
just a way of thinking that the manager probably didn't even give that thought.
He didn't think outside the box,
Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah,
he didn't think outside the box.
A lot of them don't, I suppose. But yeah, it's nice to have people there to highlight that as well, and just to make it, seeing a different part of the picture.
That's why when I look at the young lads playing, whether they're playing Gaelic or whether they're playing soccer, and they're really, really dedicated. Like, I know loads of teenagers who love their Gaelic and love their soccer, and they play both. And they go out on the weekends. They probably go to Rights or something, and which is a nightclub in Dublin, in Airside Retail Park, and they go out there and they'll have a few drinks and stuff like that, and I would have to pick them up in the car because it's impossible to get a taxi home, do you know what I mean? So I'd drive out about 3 o'clock in the morning and pick 4 or 5 of them up and drive them home. But they're good kids,
Ah, yeah,
and they put a lot to their skill and all that kind of stuff, and and I've seen one or two that would have been on the peripheral line, of kind of either gone one way or the other, and I can spot them a mile away. And the reason why I can spot them a mile away because before the age of 16 I had 35 criminal convictions. I robbed my first car. I robbed my first car when I was on the 8.
Right. And you know the journey. Excuse me. Do you know
exactly,
what you're on?
Yeah. You could see it in a child, and you could see whether the kid is going to go down the right road or the wrong road.
Yeah.
And whether a child can be, would say deterred away from a life of crime, or whether you always didn't have time.
So the book Wild Child, would that be recommended for everybody to read as to change their ways?
I would look to see, I went to schools. I went to schools and I gave talks in schools and stuff like that. And I went to 3rd years, 5th years, and 6th years in secondary school and gave talks about my life of crime and stuff like that, and all the years. Like, I spent 10 years of my life in prison. I've been in every prison in this country, from Mountjoy to Portlaoise to Weefield, you name it. I've been in them all.
Right.
And
so you are a voice in the book that knows what you're on about, as they say, and
that's it. I've done time for armed robbery, and I stabbed a couple of people, but the people that I stabbed were drug dealers and criminals themselves, so like, they would have done the same to me to give them half a chance. So
right, so it's
like, I didn't go out and just stab innocent people or anything like that, you know what I mean?
I know what you mean. It's nice to see that you've turned it all around and you're there to help others now, which is...
Well, that's what happened. Like, when I got out of prison in February of 1994, I just said to myself, I said, I've a pain in the arse going in and out of jail and all that, going before the courts, being arrested, interrogated by the police, and then in jail before the courts, and then being remanded in custody, and then getting sentenced.
Yeah, life. It's not worth that, says you.
No, it's too much hassle, basically, you know what I mean? Like, I just got fed up with it. And then I went to college as a mature student, and I got my higher national diploma in print journalism. And the best part about it is that when I went into prison at 16, I couldn't even write my own name. And I started going to school in prison. And by the age of 17, I wrote a short play. And the school teacher standing out to the Listowel Writers Week in County Kerry. And John B. Keane, the rest of the was the judge of the competition. And I forgot all about it. And probably about 4 to 6 weeks later, I got a letter back from John B. Keane and awarded me 2nd place in the drama section of the Story Writers Week, and I won the Gold Cross pen and a cheque for 20 quid. And that was back in 1985. I was only 17 at the time, you know.
Right, fair play to you.
So I just kept on writing. I used to write short stories in prison for all the lads to read. Do you know what I mean? And because they'd be annoying me, you know, every night. I don't have any short stories to read, you know.
Right.
So I would always be writing short stories, and I keep everything that I've ever written. And so when I went to college then, I was a mature student, and I was only 3 weeks in college, and I had my first story published in the Sunday World. I actually interviewed before story. I interviewed my old landlord, which was Governor Ronigan, and on Mountjoy. And fair play to Governor Ronigan. I know he's retired now, but he gave me full access to Mountjoy Prison, to the Hangman House where Kevin Barry was hung.
Right.
And he allowed me to take photographs and everything else, and he gave me a great interview, you know, and also I got to know Anne Doyle very well, and she gave me a very, very good interview as well. You know, she gave me more information than she ever gave any other, because I won 3 public speaking competitions where I competed against colleges from the outside, from UCD and Trinity and stuff like that.
Right, so you had a natural flair for it.
Yeah, well, you know, I'm not sure, you know, but
as I say, the time is against us on the radio, but I hope you come back and talk to us again. They're very interesting.
Absolutely, any time really, you know, but like, thank God now, you know, I moved on from that, and you know, it took me about 2 years to write me autobiography, but I was very honest and very open, you know, like I talked about, you know, when I was sexually abused and all that kind of stuff, and bullied and all as a child, and you know, I went into great detail, and then I go on and talk about my journalistic career, where I worked as a journalist and I written for every national tabloid newspaper in this country, and you know, and then obviously I ventured into, you know, doing the book writing and the script writing, you know, on a full-time basis.
Well, fair play. You know, we're glad you're putting it down on paper, because you know, you're just changing the course for so many ahead of you that might not get the chance.
Well, that's it, you know, like, and you know, as I said, like, last year now I only had a liver transplant, you know, and you know, that was a major operation.
Yes, I do remember that. Yeah, and
yeah,
there's still visits. Only yesterday is it you were back in the hospital again? And
that's I was back up to St. Vincent's, but I'll be going to St. Vincent's Hospital, which is the liver hospital. You know what I mean? I'll be going up there, like, it's lifetime aftercare. You know?
Right. Yeah.
They also have an extremely rare illness, only 0.4% of the world's population only get this, and it's called portal pulmonary hypertension. There's 3 types of hypertension, 3 different types. There's pulmonary hypertension, there's pulmonary arterial hypertension, and then the extremely rare one, which is called portal pulmonary hypertension. And but that's the one that I have, and there's no cure for it. Yeah, there's no cure for it, and nobody has ever survived a liver transplant with pulmonary hypertension, and especially with portal pulmonary hypertension.
Right.
The normal pressure should be around 12. It works in the main, where the blood goes into the left artery of the heart and into the main artery and into the lungs, and the main pressure should be around 12. If it's at 45, you're borderline for liver transplantation. But if it's at 50, surgeons won't go near you. When I went down for my liver transplant, the pressure was at 49. So, even me pulmonary hypertension expert, Professor Sean Gaines, he is absolutely blown away at how I survived. He just don't know. He doesn't know how I survived it.
You're a trendsetter. You're a trendsetter, definitely. You know? Fair play. But whatever you're doing, keep doing it.
I will indeed, really. You know this.
It's been a pleasure talking to you, and we will definitely get you back on again. That was fascinating. That's
actually, Willie, and it was lovely talking to you, buddy.
And you too, and we will meet up again there with the gang, with Vivian and all the...
We will indeed, absolutely. And Vivian's a lovely person, Vivian Connolly, you know what I mean? She's one of a kind, you know what I mean? Like, she's, you know, she does all these creative things, like Saw Before October and stuff like that. And,
that's right, that's where we met. That's where we met first.
Yeah, you know, and, you know, for fair play to her, you know, she you know, she's very creative like that, you know what I mean?
That's
and I always wanted to help other people and with new ideas and stuff like that, you know, so.
That's it. I always credit Vivian to getting me off the cigarettes. I'm 5
Well, yeah, well, that's where I donate 50 copies of my book to give to the participants who took part in our venture and Saw Before October.
That's right.
You know, so,
very kind of you.
Yeah, so not at all. No, anything to support and help. You know, especially Vivian, because she's a really, really down to earth person, and she has a big heart. You know.
Definitely indeed. So we'll say goodbye for now, Alan, and every success to you, and have a great Christmas.
And you too. And it was lovely talking to you, buddy. Fair play to you.
You too. Talk to you soon. Bye bye.
God bless you, mate. God bless you.